Hi, this is Mark Tibb speaking. You're watching Sporting Icons. You don't need to be anywhere else.
Okay, so Dillian White has put out a statement, which I shall read in a second. Of course, this is following the adverse finding in a VADA test that he's recently had. Now, of course, the Anthony Joshua fight is cancelled. So Dillian White has put out a statement via his social media, and it reads as such: "I am shocked and devastated to learn of a report by VADA of adverse findings relating to me. I only learned of this morning and I'm still reacting to it. I've also just seen that this fight has been cancelled without having any chance to demonstrate my innocence before the decision was taken. I can confirm without a shadow of a doubt that I have not taken the reported substance in this camp or any point in my life. I'm completely innocent and asked to be given the time to go through the process of proving this without anybody jumping to conclusions or trial by media. I insisted on 24/7 VADA testing for this fight, as I've done voluntarily at my own expense for all of my fights for many, many years. This is not the first time that I've been reported as having an adverse finding for a substance which I have not taken. As I did last time, I will again prove that I'm completely innocent. In the meantime, all I can do is express my extreme disappointment to boxing fans who will miss out on what was sure to be a great event." Didn't watch statement. Now, obviously, I've got a bunch of emotions around this one. Of course, last time out, I knew he was innocent. Okay, and maybe I'll get into that in a different video, but it is difficult. Obviously, I've done podcasts with Dillian on many occasions. We've spoken on many more occasions. So it's difficult when you kind of have that somewhat connection with somebody and then something like this happens. Okay, because your first reaction is, oh God, I hope it ain't true, and I hope that they can prove their innocence. Okay? Anyway, we'll talk a little bit more about that in another video, but right now, just on his statement, of course, there will be a trial by media, such as TalkSport. They will be jumping up and down with glee that this has happened. They will be. They love a cheeky matchroom failed PD test. They love that, as I did with Conor Benn. Now, of course, all that's pretty much died down. Conor Benn has effectively proved his innocence, allegedly. However, is that you want to look at it. So TalkSport had very little to no content. Now they're going to have it all. And much like last time, IFL will be doing interview after interview after interview after interview with everybody and anybody in boxing to try and boost their views. That's how it's going to be. Again, I want to mention about this in the next video. All right. Now, what this substance is, he hasn't said what the substance is, but he says, well, I mean, quite clearly he knows what it is, and he's saying that he's never taken this particular substance ever. Okay, so it won't be something that has come up before, for example. Now, last time out, of course, I backed him from day one. Again, I knew certain situations, I knew certain things surrounding all. On this one, I don't know what the substance is, I don't know anything about any of it. I haven't spoken to Dillian in a little while. So quite what it is, I have no idea. If there's a report out on it already, I haven't seen it. Okay, so bear with me. As soon as I find out what it is, I shall delve a little bit more into it and a video shall follow on that particular substance. But, I mean, the statement in itself it's a standard procedure statement that all fighters pretty much put out, don't they? So, of course, if they've done something, whether they have, whether they haven't, if they're innocent, if they're guilty, however, it's a standard statement. So I can't draw too much into it. And yes, of course, he's been through VADA on many occasions. Never once failed on VADA. Never once. Last time out, it was a UCAS situation. Again, people say how he's now a 3-time drug cheat. Well, last time he cleared himself, so he's not. He's not, okay? But anyway, such is the life when it comes to social media and boxing fans' views. I've learned from history to not jump to conclusions. Okay, so like with this case, like I have done with many previous cases, I want to wait and see exactly what's going to happen. I want to wait and see for a little bit more facts. I'm not going to be hanging anybody until I know for sure exactly what's going on. All right, but anyway, some people will already have their minds made up. Doesn't matter who it is. But especially when it's a matchroom fighter, it is what it is, right? So we'll have to wait and see what happens, but I'm sure over the next days, weeks, months, however long it's going to go on, just stay tuned to TalkSport, because they're the ones who's going to be ramping this up and God knows what. So anyway, Eddie Hearn, of course, pulling the fight. As Dillian White mentioned there, he didn't have a chance to demonstrate his innocence before the decision was taken to pull the fight with Anthony Joshua. Well, again, that's all down to Eddie Hearn learning from last time with Conor Benn, where he tried to get the fight still on, which was probably the biggest thing that people were going at. So he's learned from that one and has cancelled this fight. Absolutely right to do so. Until something's proven otherwise, you have to go through the process. You can't go through with a fight. It is what it is. Okay, so I do agree with the decision to pull the fight. I think everybody does, right? Learn from last time with Conor Benn. Don't allow fights to go ahead. Anyway, that's my thoughts. You drop me yours. Click on the subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next video.